Welcome to a Sic'Em 365 podcast with me, Jack Mackenzie, co-managing editor, and lead photographer, and Cole Tompkins, our women's basketball staff writer.
That's me.
Wow, I really fumbled over a lot of that. Anyway, we thought we'd kind of talk a bit about what a cool night it was with Brittney Griner's jersey retirement on Sunday and the women's basketball game against Texas Tech. So,
Yeah.
Cole, where do you want to start?
I mean, we got to start at the beginning. I think you and I both got into the arena somewhere around 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And, from the get-go, you could tell it was a different kind of vibe in the air. We enter through the side entrance of Foster back in media area. And even back there, you could feel the buzz in the air. People were excited to see Brittney Griner, excited to just have this kind of big welcome home moment that we've been missing for so many years now. I happened to pull up right before she did, and I saw the Baylor creative media team out there ready to film her just walking in the side door. From start to finish, it was everybody doing the highest level of production and getting to see the ceremony come to life.
Yeah, there was a lot of attention to detail. There were more staffers than normal, probably because they all had extra jobs to do, but also probably because they wanted to be there just to see it and be a part of it. I remember someone on the Baylor creative team, I saw him running by with what I didn't realize then, but soon after realized was the jacket and the shoes for Coach Collen. And he was trying to keep them kind of secret.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool, just because of how much they care and how much they put into all that. And speaking of Coach Collen, what do you make of that relationship between that we probably don't have much insight, but seeing the way she and Brittney interacted?
I think it's just great. I think for Coach Collen specifically, she is filling such large shoes left by Kim Mulkey here, and to see her not only embrace this tradition, but really make sure that it stays current and these players are still welcome back here. In the arena, just right next to each other, you had both Brittney Griner and Odyssey Sims. That's 2 out of the 7 jerseys that are retired in the women's basketball program. Now we have both of these legends in the building in the modern era. Nicki never coached either of those players, but they were still on the court, welcomed his family, and they were interacting with the players. And I think that continuity of tradition is really great to see. And honestly, it's nothing but hopeful for the future, seeing that, yes, we've got our coach that knows what she's doing on the court, but she knows what she's doing off of it. She's still managing these relationships long after the players have gone on and done whatever they're going to do in the W. Yeah. So it's great seeing her. It's great seeing that relationship. And it's just really warms the heart. Specifically for me, because I started following Baylor women's basketball when I was in 5th or 6th grade, which was...
Because you're a local guy.
I am from Waco, for those of you that don't know. But my first year where I was really cognizant of, wow, this is Baylor basketball, happened to be the 40-0 year. My grandparents had season tickets way up at the top of the Farrell Center, and I just remember watching Brittney Griner slam the ball down on the rim time after time, and we'd all ooh and awe, and it was so awesome to see, just this giant slamming down the ball in the women's game that you don't get to see normally. You're not used to it. And for me, it was a real full circle moment when Brittney decided to steal the ball during the halftime dunk contest to throw one down for us.
That wasn't planned?
Not to my knowledge. She just grabbed the ball and slammed it down, and she sat down. She was saying, I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself. And that was just a full circle moment for me, and it was great to see.
Yeah, I think something that you spoke to there about how making sure that they stay a part of the family and that everyone feels like they're a part of the family. I remember Nicki Collen actually highlighting the family aspect of it when all this was probably at its darkest moment when Brittney was imprisoned over in Russia, where Nicki, in a presser, was very adamant about you try and help your family, you're there for your family, you do all you can for your family. And I think that's a very important part of this that Coach Collen has really, really emphasized, is that family aspect to it. Because, something that I remember hearing a lot during my undergrad time was, it's not the Baylor Nation, it's the Baylor family. And so I think that's cool on a lot of different levels for it all.
Exactly. And, I think that rings true all the way through, from the top of Pet Neff all the way out to the banks of the Brazos down there at McLean and the baseball fields across the field. It's the Baylor family, not the Baylor Nation. Now, that's where we live, but who we are is the family.
Yeah. And overall, the Foster, we've been in there for a good number of games. Now we have that was the first big kind of ceremony kind of game. What do you make of the presentation of it all?
The presentation's absolutely top notch. It is second to none. Watching that banner being raised and lowered in the Foster, it actually kind of threw us for a loop. Jack and I are both media guys, and we're sitting there planning the shots. We're figuring out what's going to happen. And Farrell, we've watched 100 ceremonies over there because thankfully we are a pretty damn good team whenever it comes to the Farrell, whether it be A&T, volleyball, or basketball. We know what we're doing. So we've seen our fair share of ceremonies.
I remember my first year doing photography stuff was 2 Big 12 championships, men's and women's. So.
Yeah. My freshman year at Baylor, I was working for the Lariat, and I covered the 2019 team getting their rings on the court. That was the first ceremony that I got to cover. And so we know the drill. We knew what was going to happen. And it was just almost exciting having this element of surprise because for the first time, we who are kind of inside it, we can nudge our buddies that work in athletics and say, hey, what's going down? For the first time, we were just as surprised as everybody else in the arena. We were taking in that full experience right along with you. It was really a treat to be able to do that for the first time again.
Yeah, there's something cool about when you see all the shirts laid out on the chairs beforehand, before any fans are in there, and just how loud it was and how full it felt. It just really hit home. Brittney helped build that place.
She really did. Obviously the 05 team was the first national championship team, but the 2012 is what made us not just a one-off. That brought us our second championship. That established that, Baylor is this powerhouse. That was going on 12 years of Kim Mulkey's era, really establishing the Baylor women's ball game. And, they went on to do one more in 19, and hopefully we'll have many more here in the Collen era and beyond.
Yeah.
And so,
and the men came along in 21 and finally got on the scoreboard.
That's right.
Yeah, it was something that was building for a long time, and this was something the jersey retirement was building for a long time. So it was great to see that happen, and I think I just think it was pretty damn well done all around, and it was awesome to see how much it looked like Brittney was very, very happy to be there, and it meant something to her. Obviously it would, but I don't know, just seeing it all there in person, and frankly pretty up close, everything felt very real and genuine, and that was awesome to see because there's been bumps in the road.
Yeah, but just feeling the love in the building. There was no hate there that day. It was just all love for the family, all love for Brittney, all love for the team, and the team just absolutely threw down in her honor.
Yeah,
61 to whatever Tech had, not many. 32. Almost a 30-point victory for them.
Yeah.
What else do you need to honor Brittney?
At one point, it felt like our girls were going for more blocks because Brittney was in the house. They were like, hey, I can do it too.
I support it. If that's how we're going to honor Brittney, then let's throw down a few blocks. Let's see what we can do there.
Yeah, no, they just made 1 or 2 more layups.
Hey, we won. That's all I care about.
There's always room for improvement.
It's another win in the column.
Yeah. Hopefully they take some momentum from that and move forward and keep winning.
Yeah, we'll see what we do tomorrow night against Kansas.
Yeah.
They've not won in Waco since 2000, so hopefully we can keep that streak alive tomorrow night.
They gave us a hell of a lot of trouble up in Lawrence.
They did, so that'll be a big one to watch. Big play for K game too, so come out, wear your pink.
Yeah, sounds good. Anyway, this has been Cole Tompkins and Jack Mackenzie for another Sic'Em 365 podcast.
Welcome back, Brittney.
On behalf of the Baylor family, we love you.
Welcome back, BG. We're so happy you're home.